What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Original Pagan, my new second channel that I'm really excited for. Someone in the comments section recommended this video. I feel like I'm going to start naming people on this channel who recommend the videos. So if you've got recommendations, put them in the comments section, and I will name your name off on the video. I don't do that on my main channel because I get recommendations all the time on that channel. But for this one, we're kind of a close, small community still, right? We're not even at 1,000 subscribers yet. Yeah, I'm going to start naming people who recommend this video. I'm not sure who this one was, but from this one onwards, I will do. It says, why Lord Shiva worshipped in the form of Lingam. I think there should be an is in there. Why Lord Shiva is worshipped in the form of Lingam. Spelled Lingam, Lingam. Never heard of this before. I've never seen this thing before, this device before. This is going to be super interesting. The thumbnail really caught my eye with this video. Again, if you're new to this channel, welcome to Original Pagan. It's my new second channel where we talk all things spirituality, religion, and culture and stuff like that. I'm learning as we go along, so please bear that in mind. I don't really know anything about Hinduism. I'm still in the learning phase, so go easy on me if you're an expert on this type of stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to learn more. If you've got recommendations, leave them down below. But for now, this is by Indian Monk. As I always do with my videos, I will leave a link down below to the original video. Go check out, give them some love, all that good stuff. But for now, let's pop this up. It's about 7 minutes long, and let's find out what this is all about.
In Hinduism, Shivling is a symbol that represents Lord Shiva.
Why is this bar down here? What's that about? I never have a bar. Weird.
Most powerful deity. Temples are built in his honor, including a Shivling, which represents all the energies in the world and beyond.
A Shivling. That's what she called it, a Shivling. It says Lingam.
There is no origin or form that can be associated with Shiva. Humans need a symbol to worship. So,
let me pause and refresh it. That bar at the bottom's doing my head in.
In Hinduism, Shivling is a
there
symbol
There we go.
Ling means symbol.
Oh.
For example, if someone used a stethoscope, it could identify that person is a doctor.
Oh,
a ling is just a symbol to identify something. This symbol we call Shivling has a scientific explanation. Shivling consists of 3 parts. The bottom, that has 4 sides, remains underground. The middle part, that has 8 sides, remains on a pedestal. The top, which is actually worshipped, is round. The height of the round part is 1/3 of its circumference. The 3 parts symbolize Lord Brahma in the lower part.
All right. I feel like this is already going into scientific stuff that my beginner mind in Hinduism is not prepared for, but we're going to try our best here, guys. All right.
Lord Vishnu in the middle and Lord Shiva in the upper part.
Okay.
The pedestal is provided with a passage to drain the water that poured on the top. Lingam symbolizes the creative and destructive power of Lord Shiva and the devotee attribute great holiness to him. This does not mean that others should give a false meaning to the image of Shivling. It is unfortunate that Western scholars have mistakenly associated this lingam with the phallus, a male sexual organ, and have seen obscenity in worship. As it is described that Lord Shiva has no form. It is ridiculous.
So the idea is because Shiva's got no form, even though we've depicted figures of Shiva now, which if you watched the last video, we know that that's a new kind of thing that helps the modern man, we can say, with the simplistic mind of understanding the complexities of a god, because it's easier for humans to look at a human-looking figure than it is to look at a symbol and be like, this is this is representing Shiva, this strange-looking object, which this lingam is, or whatever she said it was called at the start, is representing a god. But for our human mind, we're used to seeing faces and human-bodied shaped things, right?
Ridiculous to claim that Lingam represents a phallus. That is why Swami Vivekananda described Shivling as a symbol of eternal Brahman. Hinduism does not oppose science. It doesn't even oppose other religions. Science is a continuous effort to discover and increase human knowledge of the physical or material world.
One thing that's always really impressed me about Hinduism is how it's never pushed. It's a very accepting, but it's never pushed. Right? You get a lot of other religions, and I'm not going to criticize other religions because we're not here to do that. We're going to learn about all religions here. But there's more of an approach of recruiting people into that religion. And I'm sure there is individuals that do that in Hinduism, but it's not like that, is it? You never get someone knocking on your door asking you to start worshipping Shiva, do you? Like, it's not kind of what happens in Hinduism. And so there's almost this more passive, relaxing kind of accepting vibe to it, isn't it? It's very interesting. And this I've gone to this in the past because it's my area of knowledge, paganism, or at least British standard paganism. So you're talking like Celtic paganism, Druidry, and maybe a little bit of Norse in there. Very similar to Hinduism. Very, very similar. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they are linked very closely through historical movements of people around the world. But yeah, it's just very opening and very welcoming of science and individuals and all sorts of stuff.
Through experiments and observations. But Hinduism has the strength to provide answers to certain problems that science has not been able to solve. Shivling represents the entire cosmos, and the cosmos in turn is represented as a cosmic egg. Again, an egg is an ellipsoid that represents neither a beginning nor an end. The truth behind the scientific research conducted by scientist Niels Bohr shows that the molecules are made up of atoms that consist of protons, neutrons, and electrons, which play a vital role in the composition of Shivling. In those days, instead of using those English words such as protons, neutrons, electrons, and energy, ancient sages used words such as Lingam, Vishnu, Brahma, Shakti, etc.
Okay, so they're relating it through language then, aren't they? They're saying that you say this now, this is what we said then, right? This is what you're discovering now, this is what we've discovered a long time ago. And they're kind of like comparing science and adapting it into, not adapting it, but looking at science and seeing a correlation between what Hinduism believes and what science is proving, right?
Since Sanskrit was the dominant language in those periods, Sheikh Vyas, the author of Mahabharata, mentions that Lord Shiva is smaller than subatomic particle like proton, neutron, and electron. At the same time, he also mentions that Lord Shiva is greater than anything greatest. Shivling is not just a simple symbol. Our rishis wanted to send a message to the masses that they can see the smallest form of nature in the form of Shivling.
So it seems like there's a lot of people in Hinduism saying, look, yeah, we're proving it. You're just proving what we've already said in Hinduism, in science, right? I wonder what is said there about like quantum physics and stuff like that. I wonder if there's any correlation between quantum physics and science. And if there's any way, if Hinduism is always like, yeah, you've just discovered that, we've known this for ages. Is there a way to look at Hinduism and try and predict what science is going to prove next? Does that make sense?
Shivling represents the atomic structure. In our atomic structure, there are protons and neutrons, surrounded by electrons that spin rapidly. An examination of the image of Shivling in the context of Bohr's model would demonstrate the surprising truth that Brahma created the world. Shivling demonstrates the behavior of protons, electrons, neutrons, and energy. Lord Vishnu means proton with a positive electric charge. Lord Shiva means neutron without an electric charge. Lord Brahma means an electron with a negative electric charge.
Interesting.
Shakti is represented by an oval-shaped disc with 3 ridges carved on its periphery. She is energy and plays a vital role in the universe. If we look at Lord Vishnu's portrait, A lotus that emerges from Lord Vishnu's navel is depicted, and Lord Brahma is shown sitting on the lotus. Lotus means energy that has the force of attraction. The lotus stem can bend due to its flexibility, indicating that Lord Brahma moves around Lord Vishnu.
Okay.
This is a message.
I think that might be a bit of a pull on that one. A bit of a... You got to be careful, right? Like, if we're going to turn around and say Hinduism is a symbol of what science is proving, we also need to be very critical, right? And understand that it will be very easy for us to shape stuff that Hinduism believes into making it look like it's science as well. So I think there is a lot that Hinduism is showing in science, but I think we also have to be very critical and be like, all right, well, let's not shape what we believe in Hinduism into what science is proving. Let's just prove what science is proving in Hinduism. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not saying that as a negative thing, but I think that one there was a bit of a stretch on trying to say that that's the same thing. But at the same time, I'm saying this out of a place of uneducation in Hinduism, right? Like, I'm saying this out of a place of needing to learn. Like, that might be something completely valid if you read certain texts or if you learn certain lore in Hinduism, right? So someone can correct me on that in the comments.
That the electron is attracted to the protons due to the opposite electrical charge. In addition, neutron is represented as Lord Shiva, which has no charge. The nucleus of the atom also contains neutrons. Neutrons are about the same size as protons, but they have no electric charge. Neutrons are very close to the nucleus of the atom with protons. When the nucleus of the atom contains as many as protons and neutrons, the atom is stable. Similarly, the ancient sages have suggested that when Lord Shiva is not disturbed and separated, he remains calm. Lord Shiva keeps calm because Shakti takes the form of Renuka. The energy that forms the molecule is denoted by their valency.
I feel like it'd be much easier for me to understand these videos if I start to learn the terminology more, because she's like saying a whole sentence with various different terminology, and my brain's taking a little bit of time to try and process what she's saying, and she's already on to the next thing. And so I really need to adapt and learn about this stuff, especially if we're going to make a YouTube channel about all different types of spirituality and religion. I need to be quick on learning these different references.
Which in Sanskrit is Renuka. Renuka is one that produces Renu, or a molecule. Two atoms from a molecule. Therefore, the ancient Hindu sages brought the idea of Shakti as Lord Shiva's wife and as part of Lord Shiva and dance around Lord Shiva all the time.
Interesting.
However, when neutrons is disturbed and separated, disasters occur, which means that Shakti ends up being a terror known as Rudrani or Kali, who performs a destructive dance indicating a natural disaster. Our ancestors did a great job. But as time went by, the true meaning was lost, leaving behind the traditions and literature which we can study. We must
I want to know what that literature is so I can study it myself.
study all the ancient literature which we can study. We have to study all the literature and ancient traditions to revitalize knowledge. Thank you so much guys for watching our video. Do like, comment and share if you
I'll leave a link, as I always do, down in the description to their channel. Go over there and give it some love. Very interesting video. Again, I think there is this incredible, like, almost as if you can't believe that they've been saying this stuff for thousands of years and science has just proven it, right? And part of our mind's like, are they just adapting it to make it look like it's what science is saying? Or is it true? And if it is true, why are we not all taught this, that something as old as this religion has been saying this stuff for a long time? Do you get what I'm saying? It's almost as if it's like incredibly unbelievable, but amazing at the same time. And it kind of blows my mind. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm absolutely fascinated with Hinduism. I really, really am. And the connections between Hinduism and my paganism is It's very, very interesting. Let me know what videos you want me to react to next. Let me know if there's any religions or spiritualities or different ideologies that you want me to look at next. And until next time, I love you all. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.